have no idea how I'm gonna do this. I've made them before, so I'm not nervous about it or anything. I just don't have a plan as to like how I'm gonna make it. Just kind of gonna figure it out. I grabbed yarn. I grabbed a dark one and the light purple because this is for my sister. And these are the yarns that I used for her. This is the yarn that I used for Christmas hat, so I'm gonna use this one. I just grabbed the other one because it was purple too, and I don't know, I might want to change colors with it. I probably won't, but I might. I don't honestly know. This is honestly this is how I make things. I just kind of grab something, grab random needles, usually these because these are my favorite, or a crochet hook, my favorite small one, and then just random yarn, and then I start and kind of figure out how it's gonna turn out. Really, this is how I do it. But she needs a bag to put some dominoes in that she got from Old Navy. So she asked if I could make her one. I made her other bags for stuff in the past. So like I know basically what I'm doing, but I don't know how big this is supposed to be, so I'm just gonna kind of wing it. And if it doesn't fit, then I'll make another one. I'm not too concerned about it. Sorry, I already started. Do a slip knot, however you make one. Yeah, sorry about that. But do a slip knot to put your first stitch on. And I don't know how many stitches I'm gonna do. I'm gonna see how, I don't know, 25 or 30 looks. And then go from there. If it looks too small, then I'll add more. If it looks too big, then I'll take some off. But I'm gonna start with 25 or 30 and see how it looks. But to put your stitches on, you already have the one that I didn't show you, slip knot stitch, and then flip it over. So it looks like that, little loopy guy, and that's the easiest way for me to put on stitches. It's fast and it's just easy. You have to make sure you don't put it on too tight, otherwise you're not going to be able to get your other needle in. I have learned that. So just make sure it's like a little bit spaced apart. That's all it has to do. But I'm going to put on another, get to 25 or 30 stitches. I'll let you know what I ended up with when I get there. But yeah, just continue doing the putting on. If you have a different technique than this one, feel free to use that one. But this is just the best way for me. So I'm gonna put these on and then I'll be right back. They're all on. I did 30 because 25 looked way too small. And I really don't know how big the dominoes are. I know the bag that she has in now is pretty good size. So hopefully this is gonna be enough. I doubt it, but we're gonna find out. If it doesn't work, honestly, I'll just make her a bigger one and she'll find a use for this one. I'm not too concerned about it. And now I'm honestly just going to do the regular old knit stitch, because that's my favorite way to knit. That's my favorite way to it turns out the best. It's just the squishiest, and I like the squishy, especially with this yarn. It's the Baby Bee stuff from Hobby Lobby. But especially with this stuff, it turns out so squishy, and these needles, this size, they're 8s. It just turns out super squishy, so, and also it gives it a little bit of stretch, so if it's too small, she can have a little bit of give. But I'm just going to make this for, I don't know how long I'm gonna make it. Probably a pretty good length, and then I'll fold it over and sew it together. Like, honestly, this is just gonna be a very, very, very basic, easy bag for her game. So hopefully it fits, but yeah, I'm gonna continue on with making this, and I'll be back when I sew it together. I don't know if the time-lapse portion of, you know, the me knitting thing, I don't know if that's gonna show all of me making this, just because I don't know how long this is gonna take. And as I've said a million times, I get bored and I have to go do another thing. It's just what I do. So I don't know if it's gonna be like me showing the whole thing, or I'm gonna take a break and then I'll come back with it the right length. But I'll tell you how long it ends up to be before I sew it together. But yeah, if you are, you know, following along, just do normal knit stitch. I have 30 stitches on here, and I'm gonna hope for the best. And yeah, enjoy the next me knitting part. Break time. You could probably tell when I hit the limit. I don't know how long it's been. I don't really pay attention to that. It's just I know when I'm done and when I need to take a break. But this is how far we've gotten so far. It looks like it's going to be the right width, at least. So 30 was the correct guess on that one. I don't know how many rows I've done either. I don't count. I just go for the right size that I'm looking for. I would say I'm probably a little well, quite a while. I'm probably about a quarter of the way done, maybe a little bit over a quarter of the way done with it. But it's so soft. I love this. Just basic, again, garter stitch, I think. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure that's a garter stitch. I always forget. I'm really bad. I need to remember. But I love the way this feels with this yarn. It's very, very stretchy, so even if it's not big enough, it will stretch to fit. But yeah, I need to go take a break now. And then next time you see this, it will be nice and long and finished, and, well, not finished. I'll have to sew it up. But next time you see it, you'll see it nice and long. So until then, I'll be right back. I did it. It's all nice and long, and it's should be long enough. I'm going to, as you can see, I kind of already started and I took it apart because I forgot that I was recording. So yeah, I didn't get too far, so I didn't have to take too much apart. But when you are starting this, because I'm going to crochet it closed, I don't know if you can see, but there are where you finished it. I think it's called casting off. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. But when you finish it, it leaves like crochet stitches. So the first step is very, very easy. You put your crochet hook in like it's a normal crochet stitch. So yeah, it should be fairly easy on the first step. You just put it in like normal crochet stitch, and then wrap it around, wrap the yarn that is still, I haven't cut anything by the way, it's still attached to the ball of yarn. So I didn't cut it, all I did was finish it. Like took it off of the knitting needles. You put it in this first stitch and then pull it through, so now you have a normal crochet stitch on your hook like you're starting crocheting. And now, because I'm sewing it together, it's folded in half, so I'm going to attach the other side, so hopefully you can see this. So I'm gonna go through just randomly at the corner, and then wrap my yarn around again and pull it through the stitch that's already on there. So it's kind of like slip stitched on like that. And then the same thing again. You don't really have to pay attention to where you're going with this because it's crochet, it's very forgiving. Just make sure it's not too tight, otherwise you're not going to get any stretch out of it. But stick it through another place wherever you want, and then pull it through and then pull it over that stitch. So again, it's just like slip stitching across. The only thing that you want to make sure that you don't do is do too few crochet stitches, because then it's going to be way too tight. It's not going to give at all, and you want it to be able to be stretchy, because like this is stretchy, so you want it to be able to still do that. But yeah, just keep going in wherever you want, as long as you give yourself a little bit of room for the stretch, you're good to go. You can go wherever you want with the crochet hook, it will work. Just keep wrapping it and pulling it over, and then I'm gonna do it, so go through there. I'm gonna do it, so I'm starting at this corner, and then I'm gonna go over to this side and then down this side, but leave this one open, so this will be the top. So I'm gonna do that real quick, and then I will be right back to show you how I'm gonna close this, because I'm still kind of figuring it out, but hopefully it'll work. All good here. It hardly took any time at all, but I really like how it turned out, actually. This corner is extremely satisfying. It's like perfect. And again, I don't plan any of this how I make things, so this is just kind of figuring it out as I go. And again, I hope Dan's stuff fits in here. I hope it's big enough, but if not, I'll just make another one. I'm not too terribly concerned about it. She'll use it for something. But I wove, I don't know the right word for that. I have no idea, but weaved. That's right. I don't know why my brain's not functioning right now. Maybe it's because it's just a nice, calm, rainy day. But I put the yarn end in that I cut off, and then kind of knotted it. It ends here. I didn't show that because, again, I'm not good at doing that. I can't really make it invisible like a lot of people can. So however you do it, will work. Just try to get it in so it's not gonna like come out after a while. Just try to really get it in there, and it should be fine. Now for closing of it, I don't really know what I'm gonna do exactly, but I think I'm gonna try this and then like drawstring it shut. I don't know how that's gonna work, but we're gonna find out. Again, this is how I make stuff. I just kind of go along and hope it works, or if it doesn't, it doesn't. That's just how I make things. But we are going to try and do like a drawstring. I brought over some rope. Again, this is macrame stuff. And I have to get a bunch of this cut off because I'm not going to crochet this. I'm going to sew it. There we go. Where'd my... I don't know how I always misplace these, but I do. It was right next to my foot. But I'm not gonna crochet this together. I'm just going to sew it and hope I cut enough string. I probably cut more than enough. At least I hope I cut more than enough. To start it, I'm just kind of gonna go right here-ish and pull it through. I just knotted this on, so now it's just kind of attached. And I'm just gonna fold it over. I'm gonna flip it inside out, by the way, when I finish it, so this is gonna be the inside. And now I'm just gonna kind of go in and out. Woo, almost knocked over my water bottle. Just kind of sew it in and out until I go around, and then shove some rope in here and hope it ties. But to do this, honestly, just, you know, normal sewing. I'm doing I have no idea. I honestly don't know what any sewing terms are, but it's the one where it's just a straight line where you go in one side, out the other, and then back in through the same side. So it's a straight line. So I'm gonna do this around, and then I will be back when it's finished, or with or without the yarn or the rope in it. I'll probably show you how I get it in there. It's fairly easy to do though. So yeah, I'm gonna sew it around, and then I will be right back. I'm back sooner than expected. The rope thingy I remembered from my skirt frays really easily. As you can see, I only put it through like 2 inches worth. So I have it already through what I have sewn. So I'm just gonna sew around it instead of trying to weave it in at the end like I did with my skirt, because it was a pain in the butt to shove it in there without it fraying completely. So yeah, I'm just holding now the little rope inside the fold, and then gonna sew around it. So this is probably the easier of the techniques, because the thing frays so much. So I'm doing this. So I'll be right back again now that I have the rope cut. Sewed it all up. It's finished. I just went again around so it's folded over, and it makes like a little pocket sleeve, again like I did for my skirt, for the rope. And then I am amazed that this worked, but I shoved it through some of the knit stitches because I had a big enough gap, so the rope is coming through the knit. So when I flip it right side out like this, the rope is on the outside instead of on the inside. And I have had that issue before where I've done this and it was on the inside, and lesson learned that it needs to go on the outside, but I forgot about that until I was sewing it up. So it is now on the outside and it works better. I am very impressed with my sewing though this time. I'm getting better at, I think. Like, that looks like a legit seam. I know this was crocheted, but that's impressive. I'm quite happy with that. Yeah, and that does too. Like, it looks very nice. But now for the truth, or the true test. It closes. Yay! All right, it'll work. How tight can I get it? Let's see. Yeah, that closes good. I'm happy with that. Yay! But as you can see, this is truly how I make stuff. I really never have a plan. I just kind of go along with it, and then if it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. And this time, it seems to have worked out. I don't know if it's gonna fit the dominoes, but if it does, yay. If not, I'll be making a slightly bigger one doing the exact same thing, because I like how it turned out. It just, if it needs to be a little bit bigger, it'll be a little bit bigger. Dan can put her cards or whatever in here if the dominoes don't work. But I hope, because I am not, you know, I don't plan on how I make things. I just kind of make it up as I go along. I really do hope that this wasn't too difficult to follow along if you did. that I wasn't too all over the place or too confusing with the instructions. Like, it's just how my brain works. It just makes it up as I go along. So I hope it wasn't too terribly confusing for you and you were able to figure it out if you did try and do this. It should be, you know, again, fairly straightforward because it's just the normal knit stitch, and then I crocheted the edges together and then just sewed it. So it should be, unless my instructions were just horrid and really difficult to follow. I hope they weren't though, and I hope you did have success with this and you had fun with it. But yeah, it turned out good. Now I hope Dan likes it. I'm sure she will. I just hope it works for what it was meant to work for. But thank you for watching, and I hope my instructions weren't too difficult. Truly though, thank you for watching. It really does mean a lot to me, and yeah, just thank you. It truly, thank you. I can't say it enough how much it means, but thank you. All right, that's all though for now. I'll see you next week. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.